Yo, you guys, what is good, man? Welcome back to Real United Talk, where we talk about all matters Real Madrid and Man United. This is going to be a real talk episode, and today I'm going to be giving my post-game review for that Real Madrid Marseille game. The game just ended. I was just coming off the game, and it was a good game. It was a good game. Our first game in the Champions League this season, and we got a win. Like I said, we need to win all our home games in the Champions League to show that dominance, to just show that the Santiago Bernabeau is not a place that people come about to mess about, man. So I like that we won at the end of the day. It was a scrappy win, was a messy win. It wasn't as clean as our victories in La Liga have been. Obviously, mainly due to the red card, but other reasons as well. Even before the red card, it was still kind of like shaky and everything. But it's to be expected. It's to be expected because like everybody has a point to prove in the first game. We saw the way Bilbao played against Arsenal. Nobody wants to kind of like everybody wants to prove that like the dark horses. Everybody wants to prove that we're not messing about this season. And I like that. Like I like the fact that the game was tough. I wanted a cleaner win, but I like the fact that the game was tough. It's good that the game is tough. It's good that the game was interesting. And Marseille didn't just come to just get something. Like they actually looked like they wanted to win the game. So fair play to them. But yeah, we ended up winning at the end of the day. It was a good game. Obviously there's some cracks there's some cracks that I noticed, but at the same time, there's good things I noticed as well. But one of the major downturns of today's game is Trent coming off in the second minute for a hamstring injury. Like that's just it's just so sad, man. Because I was actually excited to see Trent play. Like I was actually like genuinely excited to see Trent play. I just want to see him like actually like display more dominance and everything. Like he's still trying to adapt to the whole thing. Like he's still new to Madrid. He's still new to playing for a team that is not Liverpool. And like for your first team outside of Liverpool to be this like star-studded team like Madrid, like it's easy for anybody to struggle. It's easy for anybody to get like blown out. Pause. Whoa. Pause. 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 My bad. My bad. My bad. It's easy for anybody to kind of like just like be in the shadow kind of thing. Like Vinny, Mbappe, you come there, all these stars and everything, and like yeah. So he has not really displayed the dominance that he showed at Liverpool. Like the way he's dominate games from right back, with the passes, the crosses, just everything, man. Like the way he was always there. He has not really shown it, and just him getting an injury in the second minute of the game is just it doesn't cap it off well. Like it doesn't look good so far. But like I'm giving Trent some time. Like I'm not going to start judging him now. I'm giving Trent some time. I'm going to give him till like maybe I'm going to give him like half of the season, like January, February to get his act together. Like I'll give him around that time. Like I don't think that we should judge Trent too early. Like I feel like there's just a lot of adapting to do. There's a lot like obviously like most signings that come in, like we judge them immediately. We don't give them that much time. I know that Real Madrid is not really a club associated with patience, but at the same time, like you just have to deep all the factors in play for Trent. And also you just have to be patient, man. Like we all know that his quality, like this is not a 19-year-old that we signed from Brazil that like, oh, are we sure he's that good? Like, are we sure he's what they talked about? Like we've seen him at Liverpool. We know what he can bring to this Real Madrid team. So I'll give him time, man. I'll give Trent time. But yeah, that was sad to see that Trent had to go off in the second minute and everything. But Carvalho came on and he did a good job in right back. Obviously, he's the one that got the red card. And that red card was it's techie, man. I think it was a clear red card. Like I think it was clear. Carvajal headbutted him, it was clear. It's not nice that or like it just takes a small hit on the face and then the keeper or whoever it is has to just go down for the player to get sent off. Like I never liked that, but at the same time, like I know the rules of the game. I know the way the game works. I've watched enough games. I've seen enough red cards given to know that that was a red card. Like it might be controversial. People might not agree. It took VAR some time, but like in Mickey, they did that freeze frame, it was over. Like in Mickey, the referee went to this monitor and did that freeze frame, it was over. I don't like, like I said, it was light, it wasn't that heavy and everything, but you shouldn't be doing that. Like you should know that he's trying to get you sent off. You shouldn't be doing that. Like don't headbutt anybody. Like don't do that. So like as much as it's controversial, as much as like this and that time that Madrid fans can kind of like complain and say that the refs are against them and everything. I do think that that was a red card. I think this one there's less arguments. I think last time they didn't house in red card. Maybe there'll be more arguments as to whether it was a red card or not. But I feel like this one is more clear. Like just, the head to head combat. Like it's just more clear that it's a red card. But It happens, man. It happens to the best of us. But at the same time, like, it should be just be smarter to not get a red card because it could have cost us the game. It didn't cost us the game because we ended up winning to another controversial decision. Because I can't lie to you guys, like, I'm happy that we got the win. I'm happy that they gave the penalty, but I can't lie, like, personally, I don't think that was a handball, man. Like, I don't think that you give you a penalty for that because, like, what could they have done? What could they have done? What could the player have done? Honestly, like, I don't mind that was a penalty. I can see why it's a penalty. I can see why, but like he was falling down. His hand was kind of like it wasn't a natural position, but at the same time, like, what do you do in those situations, right? So like, I'm happy at the end of the day that we got the win because that's how we got the win, right? So I'm happy, but I don't think that was a penalty. I think that was like kind of that was harsh. It was kind of harsh to give that as a penalty, but like, hey man, a win is a win, and however we get the win is how we get the win. I wouldn't like that to be the way that Madrid lost. Like if Madrid, like the reason why I'm saying this is because like I want to be fair, and if Madrid lost that way, if Madrid lost by conceding a penalty like that, I wouldn't be happy. So I'm trying to be fair and just, yeah, I don't think that was a penalty, but fair play. Fair play was how we won the game. We did the win in this game, and yeah, we got the win via that penalty. Obviously, the first penalty was more clear. It was more of like a penalty, no arguments there. And Mbappe buried the penalty. Mbappe buried both penalties, and from Mbappe was a decent game. He had a few shots here and there, had a few chances here and there. Mbappe played well. Everybody kind of played well. Everybody kind of did that part to an extent. Nobody really sparkled. Nobody really like shone or shined. Is it shown? Is it shined? Whatever it is in this game. The person I'll give the man of the match award to is Alvaro. What a game. Alvaro Carreras. What another, like, bro, this guy, I swear now I'm actually starting to sound like a broken record with Alvaro because this guy, man, every game that he plays, he just looks so impressive. He looks so impressive. And this game was everywhere. He did exactly what he needed to do. He was everywhere. Like, I swear, most tackles, I was just so it was over. Whether it was in the midfield, whether it was in the left side, up the pitch, in our defense, Alvaro was just there always. And it was class today, man. He's my man of the match today, honestly. He puts another class display. And he just looks good, man. He looks good in all situations, whether it's defending, whether it's attacking, whether it's overlapping, whether it's inverting, anything that he's doing, he just looks class. Like he just looks like a major, major, major upgrade from Fran Garcia. No disrespect to Fran Garcia, but he just looks like a major upgrade from Fran Garcia. And I love him, man. Like, I love him. I love him so much. I love the fact that we signed him. We signed him for a good amount of money, but he's proven to be worth every single penny. And yeah, the guy is just class, man. He's honestly class. Our defense as well was kind of decent today. Like our defenders were good. Like everybody, like I said, everybody did that part. Nobody was really special today, except for Alvaro. But everybody kind of like did that part to an extent. Another player that people are talking about is Mastantino. And Mastantino had a very good game today. Like he had a okay, I won't say very good. I won't say very good, but he had a good game today. Like, he was sharp. He looked like he wanted to make something happen. He's still kind of young, so he's still a bit raw, and his output is not the greatest. Is what he had to is like is to be expected from young players, right? Like, when you're young, you're just trying to like, just do some fancy tricks here and there. But like if you notice, like a lot of his skills, a lot of things that he does on the pitch doesn't really lead to anything. Like it doesn't really lead to him creating a chance or scoring a goal. Like he just ends up like kind of giving the ball away. Like it leads to a chance, like it leads to like him like a toe poke or just like a aim cross, something like that. But like it doesn't really create the amount like the kind like the kind of space that you create when you're trying to like score or cross the ball in. It doesn't create that amount of space. But like, he's young. So these are things that he will learn with time. He's young, he's like 17, 18, playing with this Madrid team. So these are things that he will learn with time. But again, this is another game where he didn't look shy to do anything. Like he didn't look shy to like do the skills. He didn't look shy to like try and have an impact on the game. He had a few shots here and there. I feel like a few of his shots just like they look kind of tame. That chance that Mbappe created for him, kind of like curved like this or something. I feel like that was a bit tame. I feel like a lot of his shots are kind of tame, and that's something that can improve with time. I feel like his output can improve with time. But like I'm impressed with him so far. I think I'll give him like a 6.5 over 10 today. I think that like for me, like this is what I've seen all season. So like it's nothing too special. Yeah, it was a good game. Don't get me wrong, it was a very good game, but it wasn't nothing too special, and his output is still kind of shaky and everything. I feel like that shot, I feel like if it had gone in, I'd have given him like an 8 over 10 or maybe a 7.5 or something. But like the fact that that shot was like that tame, was on target, so that was good. But the fact that it was that tame, I'll give him like a 6.5 over 10. But like it was still a good performance from him. He impressed me in this game, and that player that impressed me. But yeah, And one player that I said that we're really watching out for is Rodrigo. Like, based on he was starting over Vinny, and Rodrigo had a decent game as well. He won the penalty for Mbappe and he had a decent game as well. I don't know if it was anything that will make him like right now it's very shaky between Rodrigo and Vinny because like there's really nothing that puts them apart right now in terms of like who's going to be the starter. Like there's really nothing that puts them apart. Like Rodrigo does something here and there. Is that enough to say that he starts over Vinny? Vinny does like have his games and everything. Like he has a good game here, he has a good game there, he has a bad game here, he has a bad game there. And then you're thinking, oh, you need to give Rodrigo an opportunity because like Vinny is not really being consistent and everything. So both of them are not really doing themselves any favors in terms of like claiming that starting spot. Like Rodrigo did not have a bad game today. Rodrigo had a decent game. Like he had a very balanced game. It wasn't a bad game. So it wasn't anything to damage his like efforts of trying to get into the starting 11. But at the same time, like it wasn't anything to say this is why you're a starter kind of thing. If you get what I mean. So Vinny as well. Vinny came on and I was kind of like as much as he was the one that won the penalty and everything, I wasn't impressed because I feel like this is another game where I saw Vinny being indecisive. I saw another play where like I feel like Vinny could have shot and he didn't shoot. He ended up like trying to pass or something. And I knew like I've said this so many times, I knew Vinny, I knew the type of player that he is. I know that in that situation he's getting a shot off. Like I don't know why he didn't try to get the shot off. I don't know, like it's just that's not the player that you are, man. Like, get your shots off, have your impact. Like, it's not like you just need to get out of your head. Honestly, he just needs to get out of his head, man. But he had he won the penalty. He had a decent impact on the game. Like, he tried to make things happen. But I just feel like that indecisive nature still is still there. Like, that's, oh, should I give the ball to the best player on the team, Mbappe, or should I keep the ball for myself and try and score a goal? I feel like it's still there and it's still strong. Everybody can see it. So, he needs to work on that. Honestly, he's having like good moments here and there, but like he's inconsistent and he's indecisive, so he can't really nail down his spot in certain levels. So him and Rodrigo, they're fighting for that spot heavily, and one of them have to take it at some point because like we need to know what our starters are. Like it's still the beginning of the season, so like there can still be a lot of rotation here and there. But at some point, like when we start getting to like the knockout phase, when we start playing the Copa del Rey games, when we start playing the tougher La Liga games, we need to know, okay, it is Vin that's starting this game, or okay, it is Rodrigo that's starting this game. So yeah, I feel like both of them need to get their act together so you can know, or at least one of them needs to get their act together so you can know that you're the starter for this team. Now we know that Adagula is a starter, but how is that going to look when Bellingham and Kamavinga come back? Like there's a lot of things that we need to talk about. I'm going to try and make some episodes later talking about like how Bellingham and Adagula and Kamavinga and Valverde, all these guys, how they can fit. Like I'm also going to make an episode talking about like Nico Paz, who has recently been linked with a move back to Madrid. I'm going to try and make an episode about all these topics, not try and talk about them now, just keep it within Champions League. But yeah, we just need to get our act together in attack. But yeah, in general, like it was a decent game. Tramini also had a decent game as well. Just breaking up play, just doing his regular thing. He didn't get moved into CB today, so he was able to play midfield for all of the game, and it was a good game from Tramini. And that game where he just did his job, like honestly, I feel like that's Tramini. He just does his job, like breaks up play, gives good passes here and there, and he's just a rock for the team. That's what we signed him to be. He's a rock for the team, and I think that every single game he continues to like display his class for us, just show us why he is like a top player, why he's one of the best DMs in the world, if not the best. And Courtois as well, a few good amount of stops here and there. A lot of the shots were kind of like in his face, so like directly at him, but like it was still a good game. He still needs to stop them. Like he didn't deflect them into dangerous positions or anything. So like still a good game from Courtois. So if I'm saying players that like impressed me, like actually like impressed me in this game, Alvaro number one, definitely. Alvaro is my number one. It was my man of the match. I'll give him like an 8.5/10. And then I'll say Courtois didn't really impress me, but like another top player, I'll give him like a 7/10. I'll give Tchouaméni a 7/10 as well. I'll give Masnatuno a 6.5/10 based on age and everything. I'll give him a 6.5. Adogula had a decent game as well. I think I'll give Adogula a 7/10. He had a decent game as well. But overall, it was a good game. We got our win at the end of the day. What would I rate Xabi Alonso's first Champions League performance, like first Champions League with Real Madrid as manager? I think I'll give it a 7/10 because we got the win. If you had drawn the game, I'd have given it a 6. But I know it was a messy game. It wasn't really what we wanted. At the same time, we got the win at the end of the day. Marseille were trying to prove a point today. They were not shy today. And we were still able to get the win with a red card. So the fact that we were able to get the win, I'll give it a 7/10. Xabi Alonso's first outing as Champions League Real Madrid's manager in Champions League. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 7/10. It was a decent game from us. But yeah, I like what I saw, and that's one of the 4 games at home that we need to win, and we won it by all means necessary. Like that's the thing. Like that's why I'm happy with the way it turned out, because yes, we're not dominant or anything, but like we won it by all means necessary. And even saying that we're not dominant, like we had a lot of shots in this game. By the first half, we had like 18 shots, 11 on target or something like that. And that's a dominant display, in my opinion. Like we not keep the ball more than Marseille or anything like that. But like that's a dominant display, in my opinion. And in the second half, we had a lot of shots. Obviously, you're looking at the amount of shots and shots on target, you're thinking that there needs to be more goals in the game. But at the end of the day, like we did end up winning the game, which is the more important stat. So yeah, I'll give it a 7/10. But like we can do better in the future to like, just be more dominant in games. But yeah, we got a win, first win in Champions League. We're playing Kairat next, and that's a game that also expected to win, that we have to win. So yeah, I'm hoping for 6 points by the time we play our second game. But yeah, I'm good. Like I said, I'm going to try and stream all the Champions League games for Real Madrid. So tune into those. But with that comes the end of this episode. What did you think about today's game? Did you think that was a clear handball? Did you think that Carvajal deserves to be sent off? Who was your man of the match? Let me know all of that in the comments. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and stay consistent, keep on pushing out episodes, and I just hope to see you guys again next time. Safe.